song with me. Come sing a song with me. Come sing a song with me, that I might know you're mine. And I'll bring you hope when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring a song of love and a rose in the winter time. Come dream a dream with me. Come dream a dream with me. Come dream a dream with me, that I might know you're mine. And I'll bring you hope when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring a song of love and a rose in the winter time. Come walk in rain with me. Come walk in rain with me. Come walk in rain with me, that I might know you're mine. And I'll bring you hope when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring a song of love and a rose in the winter time. Come share a rose with me. Come share a rose with me. Come share a rose with me, that I might know you're mine. And I'll bring you hope when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring a song of love and a rose in the winter time.
Every group or community has norms and expectations of behavior. Sometimes these are implicit and we expect people to absorb them from daily life. Sometimes they are directly spelled out as rules or promises. And most of us as Unitarian Universalist congregations have written agreements that create a bond of fellowship. These agreements, or covenants, by the congregation are repeated every Sunday. But do we say them by rote or from our hearts? This morning, let's focus. Let's all say our covenant from the heart. Really hear what we're promising. Please join me now in saying our covenant. Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest of truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve humanity in fellowship. Thus do we covenant with one another.
And now please join with me in saying our covenant in Spanish. El amor es la doctrina de esta iglesia. La búsqueda de la verdad es su sacramento y el servicio es su oración. Vivir en paz, en comunidad, buscar el conocimiento en libertad, servir a la humanidad en fraternidad. Así es como pactamos entre nosotros. And I left my paper. Not that I don't know what I'm supposed to do, but when I wing it, I am liable to forget things. I will begin by lighting our red candle of community to remind us that we are part of a greater whole, that we are part of this community, but that this community radiates outward into the past, into the future, and into our larger geographic community. Our white candle of peace acknowledges the many conflicts around the world and acknowledges that we must commit and recommit to being peacemakers and to embodying the work of justice to create true and lasting peace in this world. Even amid the larger struggles of the world, we have struggles and joys and celebrations and concerns of our own, no less important for being smaller and local. I invite you to share those things with us, to come forward and light a candle as you are moved for whatever it is you bring with you into this space today, whether that's a hope or a worry, a joy or a sorrow. We witness it, we witness you. Please raise your hand if you would like a candle brought to you. I have a prayer for us from Christine Walters Painter. She is an artist who devoted herself to the monastic life as an artist. Spirit of generosity, we come to you with hearts overflowing with gratitude for your abundant creation. As we awaken each morning, help us to remember this day is a gift. This breath is grace, this life a wonder. Remind us with every flower we see, every act of kindness, every moment of connection to something so much bigger than ourselves, to whisper thank you. Cultivate in us a sense of awe and trust in your lavish grace. Let each word of thanks we offer expand our hearts until delight inhabits us, and we know love as our sustenance. Amen, and may it be so. Please remain seated for our prayer and song, number 123, Spirit of Life.
Giving life the shape of justice, roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me.
Good morning. My name is Gloria Miller, and I am the Director of Religious Education here at Bay Area Unitarian Universalist Church. And our tale for all ages today is entitled Bud Finds Her Gift by Robin Wall Kimmerer, who is also the author of Braiding Sweetgrass. Can I fix this? There once was a little child called Bud who was very good at noticing. She noticed the shapes of clouds, the smell of cookies baking, and even where Daddy had left his keys. And she noticed that everyone always had something important to do, everyone but her. So she went to talk to Nokomis. Everyone is doing big, important things, Bud told her grandmother. I want to do something big and important too. Nokomis nodded. Come with me tomorrow morning and we will do something very important indeed. Bud's heart soared. Soon she would do a big thing, but what could it be? At sunrise, Bud and Nokomis walked uphill to stand beside a tall tree. Raising her arms in the new light, Nokomis said, Good morning, morning. Thank you for the gift of this day. Thank you, birds and trees and dew and flowers. Thank you for all the gifts we are given. Bud watched and waited, and then she asked, Will we do the important thing soon? Nokomis laughed. This is the important thing. Taking time for noticing and saying thank you for the gifts of the earth. Gifts, said Bud. I don't see bags or boxes. These gifts don't come in bags or boxes. They come from the earth. Look here. Nokomis showed Bud a strawberry. It was the sweetest thing that Bud had ever tasted. Is this one of the gifts, Nokomis? You're very good at noticing, my little Bud, Nokomis replied. Now notice more. Notice with your eyes and your ears and your fingers, and listen with your heart. Try it tomorrow. See what happens. The next morning, Bud stood by that same tall tree, noticing as hard as she could. Noticing with her eyes, she saw the colors of the sky, and noticing with her toes, she felt the dewy grass. Noticing with her ears, she heard a beautiful bird song, and listening with her heart, she heard the birds sing. Everyone from the day of their birth was given a gift to share with the earth. I was given the gift of this song, so I share it with you all morning long. The music drifting from the treetop did feel like a gift. Thank you, Robin, Bud said. Bud watched Robin pick at a bit of moss, carry it to a branch, and noticing with her eyes, she saw the moss growing shiny and green, and noticing with her fingers, she found it was soft like cloth, and listening with her heart, she heard the moss chant. Everyone from the day of their birth was given a gift to share with the earth. Being soft and green is what I do best, so I share with the birds to make a warm nest. You give gifts to birds, Bud said, and we all get to hear their songs. Thank you, Moss. Now Robin was eating strawberries. Oh, everyone likes strawberries, Bud thought. And then Robin pooped on the soil. And that little pile of poop made Bud laugh. But she noticed it was full of strawberry seeds, seeds that Robin had just planted. And listening through her laughter, she heard that little poop trill. Everyone from the moment of birth is given a gift to share with the earth. Even bird poop is a gift for the berries, for the special delivery of seeds that it carries. Well, thank you, poop, she said, and then she giggled. Bud kept noticing. She noticed the soil holding the seeds and the seeds growing to make leaves. She noticed caterpillars eating the leaves and butterflies pollinating flowers and flowers becoming berries and mushrooms turning everything back to soil. Everyone played a part, giving gifts to one another all the time, each gift leading to the next. And the more Bud noticed, the more thankful she became. Saying thank you for all these gifts was very important indeed. But was it enough? It was time to talk to Nokomis again. Did you find the gifts? Nokomis asked. I saw birds and moths and butterflies, Bud said. They each have a gift to share. Even bird poop planted seeds. I want to be a part of it too and give a gift as well. But I can't make nests or leaves or berries. Nokomis, what is my gift? Nokomis hugged her. Don't think of the things that you can't do. Notice instead what you can do. Those are your gifts, my dear. Bud thought about Nokomis's words, and she began to notice herself. She noticed her arms and her legs and her voice, and suddenly she began to sing. Everyone from the day of their birth was given a gift to share with the earth. She picked up her shovel. I was given the gift of hands and knees, so I'll share them with all by planting more trees. And Bud noticed happiness growing inside of her, so she kept singing. I was given the gift of my words to remind us to care for the bees and the birds. And she made signs. I was given the gift of my art, and I share it with you so we all do our part. and she made posters. I was given the gift of seeing, so I share it with people, to watch out for all beings. Bud called Nokomis, I found my big, important thing to do. I have gifts to give to. Oh, well done, my little Bud, Nokomis said. Now listen again with your heart. What do you hear? Bud listened. It is if everyone, including Robin, the moss, and even the little poop, was singing. Everyone from the day of their birth was given a gift to share with the earth. You will know that your gift is true when you hear the earth be thankful for you. Now's the time when our children recess to the RE wing for classes. They are welcome to stay if it's your first time, but otherwise we will go to classes after we light the chalice, right, Liam? You ready? Okay.
Our unison reading this morning is number 537 in the back of the gray hymnal. Number 537, Our Whole System. It's by Maria Mitchell. Please join with me. Small as our whole system compared with the infinitude of creation. Brief as is our life compared with the cycles of time. We are so tethered to all by the beautiful dependencies of law that not only the sparrow's fall is felt to the uttermost bound, but the vibrations set in motion by the words that we utter reach through all space, and the tremor is felt through all time.
This is my Thanksgiving song. I've got a roof over my head. I've got a warm place to sleep. Some nights I lie awake counting gifts instead of counting sheep. I've got a heart that can hold love. I've got a mind that can think. There may be times when I lose the light and let my spirit sink, but I can't stay depressed when I remember how I'm blessed. Grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed and duly grateful. In a city of strangers, I've got a family of friends. No matter what rocks or brambles fill the way, I know that they will stay until the end. I feel a hand holding my hand. It's not a hand you can see, but on the road to the promised land, this hand will shepherd me through the light and despair, holding tight and always there. Grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed and duly grateful. It's not that I don't want a lot, or hope for more, or dream of more, but giving thanks for what I've got makes me so much happier than keeping score. In a world that can bring pain, I will still take each chance, for I believe whatever the terrain, our feet can learn to dance. Whatever stone life may fling, we can moan or we can sing. Grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed and duly grateful. Truly blessed and duly grateful.
Our reading this morning is When Giving is All We Have by Alberto Rios. We give because someone gave to us. We give because no one gave to us. We give because giving has changed us. We give because giving could have changed us. We have been better for it. We have been wounded by it. Giving has many faces. It is loud, it is quiet, it is big, though small, diamond in the wood nails. Its story is old, the plot worn, the pages too. But we read this book anyway, over and over again. Giving is first and foremost and every time hand to hand, mine to yours, yours to mine. You gave me blue, I gave you yellow. Together we are simple green. You gave me what you did not have, and I gave you what I had to give. Together, we made something greater from the difference.
The world is a gift freely given to us in every moment of every day. And that blessing is mixed sometimes, and it's very human of us to focus on the negative part of the blend and to miss the delights. Lots of studies show that we hang up on the negatives. Those are what stick in the mind. We're more likely to remember the unpleasant experience than the pleasant one. We get caught up in the criticism or the complaints we receive, and we forget the compliments. Our brains are just wired that way, to be protective of us, to keep us aware of danger and troubles. So much of spiritual practice is about reshaping what we pay attention to. Not to look for something mysteriously different and other and extraordinary, but to notice what is present right now in the moment in our ordinary lives. To notice things we are otherwise taking for granted. The point of any spiritual practice is to rewire our brains a little bit. To practice and nurture gratitude in our lives is to pay attention to the good things our brains might otherwise dismiss. And this is not to say we should manufacture gratitude or be grateful for every single thing. There are some things you really don't have to be grateful for. And trying to manufacture that gratitude, that's a thing called spiritual bypassing, and it means trying to use our spirituality to stop thinking about our problems, which is not quite the same thing as reframing our attention to be aware of what's actually happening in front of us. We might eventually come to a place where we make meaning of the hard things, and then maybe we will be grateful for them, but it's not the point to try to force that. The point is to notice what is already present, what we can be grateful for right now. You might be familiar with the work of Robin Wall Kimmerer through her book, Braiding Sweetgrass. I know a lot of UU congregations have done deep dives into that book. She's a botanist and a citizen of Potawatomi. Her grandfather had been sent to a residential school and separated from his heritage. But she took what she did inherit from him and learned to speak the Potawatomi language to reground herself in her culture. So she is both a Western university-trained botanist and a holder of indigenous wisdom. Her work speaks to the interrelationships among plants and between plants and people, and animals too, but she's primarily a botanist. In her essay, Returning the Gift, and those of you who were here on Wednesday already heard me read parts of this essay, and you're just going to hear it again because I really enjoyed it. She writes, "We are showered every day with the gifts of the earth, gifts we have neither earned nor paid for. Air to breathe, nurturing rain, black soil, berries and honeybees, the tree that became this page, a bag of rice, the exuberance of a field of goldenrod and asters at full bloom. My economics colleagues speak of these everyday miracles as natural resources, as if they are property waiting to be transformed. In the ecological sciences, we call them ecosystem services, as if they were the inevitable outcomes of the ongoing function of the ecological machine. But to me, simply as a human person filling my basket with berries and my belly with pie, they feel like gifts bestowed by the other beings whose lives throb around us." None of the things she mentions are extraordinary or strange or supernatural. These are daily, ordinary things. Air, soil, rice, and bees. Ordinary and marvelous, nevertheless. The other very human thing we do, and very modern American thing I expect that many of us do, although some of you may have broken free of this, but it is ingrained in us if we are raised here to understand ourselves as individuals, that we are free from certain kinds of constraints and obligations. And the liberal and libertarian strands of our faith hold up that individuality, and there is liberation in this, because there are many relationships and obligations that are and that have been and continue to be sources of oppression. But at the same time, the Universalist strands honor our interdependence, acknowledging that we are always embedded in relationship. Universalism acknowledges that we share a common destiny, that we're part of the ecosystem and the planet, and that shared common destiny places obligations on us and makes demands of us. To acknowledge our interdependence requires that we hold our individualism lightly. We don't let go of it. Both things are true, but we hold it loosely, recognizing that we are dependent on the world. We are dependent on the bounty of the earth, the open hearts of the people around us, the inheritance of those who went before us. None of us ever stand entirely alone. When it is demanded that we feel grateful, we rightfully resent that. But when we notice and appreciate our interdependence and those ordinary miracles of our living, the air and the wind and the bees, gratitude sparks more organically. When we understand our dependence and interdependence as part of healthy ecosystems, we understand that we are in relationship, and we feel awe and we feel wonder. And the gratitude that arises in those contexts may still carry some obligations, but it's the obligations that come from love. A spiritual discipline is a commitment to a practice, and in the case of gratitude, I think it's actually difficult to practice gratitude itself. Again, I think you end up in that place of manufacturing the feelings we think we ought to have. But gratitude can be cultivated by focused attention. That's the part that requires discipline, because it takes effort not to slip into taking things and people and beings for granted, especially when those things and people are just part of the ordinary tapestry of our lives. Pushing against a culture that makes beings into things and that makes reciprocal relationships into dominance, that requires practice and discipline. And when a practice is countercultural and grounded in love, it can be powerfully transformative. In her essay, Kimmerer continues that gratitude may seem like weak tea given the desperate challenges that lie before us, but it is powerful medicine. Giving thanks implies recognition not only of the gift, but the giver. When I eat an apple, my gratitude is directed to that wide-armed tree whose tart offspring are now in my mouth, whose life has become my own. Gratitude is founded on the deep knowing that our very existence relies on the gifts of other beings. This human emotion has adaptive value because it engenders practical outcomes for sustainability. The practice of gratitude can, in a real way, lead to self-restraint, taking only what you need. Naming and appreciating the gifts that surround us creates a sense of satisfaction, of enoughness, that is an antidote to the social messages drilling into our spirits, telling us we must have more. I think one of the main priorities of religion and worship is to reorient us in a world that continues to send us all these social messages so that we can decide for ourselves where we point and what we believe. And some of you have heard me talk a little bit about this in other sermons where I get a little meta about worship. I think in worship and in spiritual practice, we remind ourselves where our North Star is in the terms of the trajectory of our lives. And we also, at the same time, remind ourselves of where we are in relationship with the universe. And maybe that's a vertical relationship with a higher power or a horizontal relationship with all the people around us. Maybe it's understanding ourselves, our internal relationship, but it is always about relationship. And every Sunday should try to hit some combination of these notes to give us some anchors to re-ground us in this 1 hour that we share together in a week that places a lot of demands on us. And a big part of reorienting ourselves week after week or day after day, if you have a spiritual practice at home, is really sharpening those senses of awe and gratitude. Those aren't the only senses we sharpen. We also sharpen our sense of justice and equity, our awareness of the transformative power of our relationality, so many other things. But mingled in with all the other things is always wonder and thankfulness. Awe and gratitude fuel all the rest of our reorientation and transformation, conversion if you are comfortable with that word. It's the awe and the gratitude that give us a foundation. Because we experience gratitude, we experience wonder, and then we are moved by that to reshape the world in which we live. We remember in those moments that relationships are multi-directional. We receive and we give. We don't do both of them all the time in precisely the same proportions as our abilities and our resources wax and wane, but there is a deep connection between the giving and the taking, between gratitude and generosity. We experience love and care, and we acknowledge when we receive it and are moved to spread it further. If we have, as Kimmerer suggests, that sense of enoughness, perhaps even a sense of abundance, generosity flows naturally and organically. When the world offers itself to us as a gift, isn't it natural to want to share it, to return the abundance and love we have received in whatever form we have available to give? And this too is part of interdependence. And recognizing our dependence on the world, we recognize the world's dependence on us and respond to that recognition. Kimmerer says in other interviews, I've been told that my Potawatomi ancestors taught that the job of a human person is to learn what can I give in return for the gifts of the earth. For Unitarian Universalists, it can be a little uncomfortable to talk about vocation or a sense of call because we are not likely to agree on who's doing the calling. But when we understand ourselves as embedded in interdependent relationships, we can acknowledge that there are many directions from which we could be receiving that call. Perhaps from some higher power, perhaps from the universe, from the earth, from our community, from a friend or family member, or perhaps deep within ourselves. All of these interdependent relationships are moments in which we might feel a sense of call, a pull towards action. When we are rightly oriented in our world, we can perhaps also understand the balance between ourselves as individuals and parts of larger networks, and then that pull towards action can be the work only I, as an individual, can do in the world, or the work only we as a congregation can do, or any other social unit we might be a part of. And the seed for this call to transformation is gratitude and delight. We receive the gift and we are moved to share gifts of our own. What is it that the earth asks of you? What is it that your neighbor asks of you? What might it look like for you in particular to live and move in reciprocity, in both taking and giving? May you notice whatever delights the world offers you in this season of your life. May those delights fill your hearts with gratitude and love, and may that love lead you to offer your own gifts to the world, contributing to its transformation. May it be so, and amen. Well, friends, once again, I ask you to give from the gift of your abundance. We are sharing the plate this week with Interfaith Caring Ministries. As you know, we've been doing a different food bank every week, knowing that the need has exploded in the last month and that they are in desperate need of whatever support we can give them. So what you give today will be split in half. Half will go to Interfaith Caring Ministries Food Pantry, and half will go towards this congregation and the work that it does. And while I am thinking about it, because I'm worried I will forget to do it in the announcements, Next week, we will not be sharing the plate, we will be doing the whole plate for Mercy Tree. That is our ministry to the unhoused. We prepare food here and we go distribute it. And I wanted to remind all of you that that funds Mercy Tree for the whole year. So bring your money next week too. The offering will now be received with gratitude. Please join me in blessing our offering. This gift from the abundance of my life blesses me, our ministries, and the world. All right, I am getting us started with announcements. Our first announcement game night. So on Wednesday nights, we're doing board game nights. The next one is this coming Wednesday, November 19th in Cockrell Hall. All ages, longtime members to young families. We're gonna have a variety of board games brought by our hosts, but also you can just bring your favorite board game, really anything that can be played in the smaller time frame. Maybe don't bring your Monopoly games because that's many hours. But whatever kind of games you like and enjoy, bring them, and I bet you will find someone to play them with you. So come to play and laugh and make some connections. The only rule is to have fun. Next slide should be the Thanksgiving potluck. That is a reminder that on Thanksgiving Day, we do a potluck here from 2 to 4. First, the invitation, all are welcome. I'm a big fan because it means I only have to cook one thing, and then I get to eat everything, and that's thrilling to me. That also limits the amount of cleanup I have to do, and I appreciate that too. My folks usually come. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. You're coming, right? And I think some other family members might come too. So especially if Thanksgiving looks different for you this year, if trying to travel right now makes you want to just cry, or if, food prices are driving you a little bit mad, this is a good way to have a good, fun, connective Thanksgiving experience. And I think we're also extending the invitation to some of the other UU churches that don't have a meal this year. So we might have a pretty big event this year, so come. And if we're gonna have a big event, next slide should be for volunteers for our Thanksgiving potluck. Because after all, if we're gonna have a big event, we need to make sure that our kitchen crew is well staffed and that Ken has all the support he needs, because I think he'll need folks in the kitchen beforehand, and I think he'll need folks doing cleanup afterwards, because I know that there have been times in the past where the last people standing are Ken and Lillian, and we don't want to do that. So sign up for a volunteer slot for setup, for cleanup, for helping in the middle, whatever it is you feel up to doing would be much appreciated. I think we switch.
And there are a few more announcements. Transgender Day of Remembrance is observed each year on November 20th to honor transgender people whose lives have been lost due to transgender violence. This Wednesday, on November 19th at 6:30 p.m., we'll hold a special Transgender Day of Remembrance Vespers Vigil in the sanctuary right here. We'll gather to speak the names, reflect, and hold space together in compassion and solidarity. All are welcome. And on the 20th, the Covenant of UU Pagan meet Thursday on the 20th at 6 p.m., again here in the sanctuary, to explore earth-centered spiritual paths with discussion and hands-on practice. Everybody is welcome. Oh, I love this one. Need a free afternoon for the holidays? On Sunday, November 23rd at 12:30 p.m. until 4:30, the child care team is offering a play day for kids with lunch, fun holiday activities included. So if you'd like to participate, all you have to do is stop by the nursery to add your child to the sign-up sheet or email childcare@bauuc.org. It's a great way to get a few hours back while your kids have a great time here at church. Next Sunday, November 23rd at 2 p.m., BAUUC will host the Clear Lake PFLAG small group meeting, again here in the sanctuary. PFLAG supports, educates, and advocates for LGBTQ+ people and their families. This group meets here regularly on the fourth Sunday of every month from 2 p.m., and all are welcome to attend. Young adults, ages 18 to 35, are invited to a Friendsgiving on Saturday, November 29th from 7 to 9 p.m. in Conqueror Hall. Bring a dish to share, enjoy food, games, and good company. After the service today, we invite everyone to Coffee Fellowship in Cockrell Hall. Come enjoy snacks, good company, and conversation with friends, old and new. And finally, if you're new to BAUUC and want to stay connected, scan the QR code on the screen to sign up for our weekly email. It's the easiest way to keep up with everything that's going on. Now please stand as you are willing and able for our closing hymn, number 131, Love Will Guide Us.
Peace has dried us, hope inside us will lead the way on the road from greed to giving. Love will guide us through the hard night. If you cannot sing like angels, if you cannot speak before thousands, you can hear God living in you. Love will change the world with your love. Love will guide us, peace has dried us, hope inside us will lead the way on the road from greed to giving. Love will guide us through the hard night.
My closing words for us this morning are from Charles Howe. May we go forth from this place thankful for the life that sustains and renews us, and open to the grace that surrounds and surprises us. May we go forth from this place with openness and with thanksgiving. Go in peace and blessed be.